here's another little job that I'm looking forward to today. So just turned up is a Android head unit for a Ford Transit Mk7. In this case it's a 2007. I hate unboxing videos, so I don't want to put you through that. This looks pretty slim, doesn't it? Not a lot to it, but I suppose when you think about it, an Android head unit is little more than a tablet with a amplifier, so they probably don't need a heck of a lot. So what came with the kit? We've got the typical Ford connector on the back. I'm hoping this is going to be nice and simple. The GPS plug, a couple of mounting brackets, some screws. Very importantly, they've even included the little levers to remove the unit itself. I do have some of these. Always handy to have some extras. These are very sharp though. Plug for all your inputs and outputs for your RCA, cameras, mic, subwoofer. This Transit doesn't have a subwoofer. Not going to need that. What else have we got? USB plug, another USB plug. Camera, this will be for the reversing camera. The two little wires here are normally your Bluetooth or your Wi-Fi. That's what they use for those aerials. I see there's another one there. That could actually be your Bluetooth, and that one probably your Wi-Fi. Just a guess, but that's all they need. Right. So here's the current head unit in the Transit that we're going to replace. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. There is no problems with it. It does actually work. But it'll be nice to have a GPS. So let's see how many takes it actually to install. I'm hoping this is going to be so easy. Alright, we're going to start with getting this out. And I'm not going to lie, the top lever in there did not want to go into the little slot and work, so there was something going on there. What can help is when you get the levers in place, stick a big screwdriver through it, pull off to the side, and then the whole thing pulls out. But as I say, that lever was very problematic, and I actually used my stereo removal tool instead. Alright, let's have a look. See how hopeful I'm going to be. Oh, that looks alright. Okay. Aerial out. Should be a little lever on these for removing them. There we go. Oh, look at that, the lever actually pulls the plug out. Lovely. And here's one I prepared earlier. Would it even possibly just work straight off? Here an adapter. And there we go. Well, I've basically just plugged this straight in. I've got the ignition on, you can hear the fan blowing in the background. I might turn that off. So,
as Tiger Woods, 21 major titles
straight
between them.
into it.
Tiger with 15 alone. He's still trying to make his comeback from injury. Sport.
With Southern MG, get more value for less.
Afternoon.
No media file, fair enough. Nice. Right, now we just see what's involved in installing. That looks like it's going to fit in there quite well. Okay, so we've discovered the first little problem, and that is the mounting brackets. Too big. Oh dear. It's not going to be a go, so I'm going to have to modify these. There's not a lot of difference in the depth, but it's enough to create a problem. It only needs to be shifted a couple of millimeters at each end and we're away, so I think I'm going to attempt a bend. I'm going to attempt it first and then I'll video it to show you what I've done. So here's the little mounting brackets that I've made up. You can see by putting them in the vise, banging a piece of metal in there, I've actually managed to put a crimp in, which has just shortened them up enough now that they fit in there okay. So that's going to work. I've just installed the GPS straight in underneath. This is so narrow, there's plenty of room in there. I really don't need access to anything here. Possibly the reversing camera if I hook it up to that, but I do actually have another reversing camera that I'm using at the moment, so I don't need that one. I've run the USB cables down through a hole right there, and they pop out into the ashtray down here, where I keep lots of my little junk things, so that'll be just ideal for a couple of USB plugs down there. And if I want to charge anything, I can open that and drop your phone in there. That should actually sit in there quite nicely. Okay, let's see if we can put those mounting brackets on now and see what a disaster I've created. Well, that actually worked. We managed to get the player in. Seriously, I'm worried about how I'm going to get it out though. I don't think I'll need to for quite a while. I never took the other one out, so we should be okay. But I'm liking the look of it. It's pretty user-friendly. Setup was pretty easy. Screen's nice and clear. In fact, I haven't even pulled the plastic off it as yet. But yeah, I'd call that one a good one. Apart from the bracket, which was a bit of a disaster, so things pretty normal for a Chinese Android head unit. Didn't quite work out like it was supposed to, but I think that seems to be the going deal with these things. They're about 90% there. Just on the installation, there's always something not quite right, so always expect a challenge and you won't be disappointed.